All right, under David Shaw, the Stanford Cardinal went to 3 consecutive Rose Bowls, finished in the top 10 in the nation, won double-digit games, and continue to have that kind of success with recruiting classes ranking in the 40 range. What in the world is David Shaw going to do with a recruiting class that's a fringe top 10 class? We bring in Nick Dempsey from Rule of Tree to break down a small class, but the quality is something that we haven't seen out of Palo Alto, maybe ever, but certainly in recent years, Nick.
Yeah, a lot of folks are calling this Stanford's best class of all time. You know, the jury's always going to be out on that until they actually hit the field and start playing. But I believe they've got 14 guys have signed out of 25. So, you know, that's 11 people they could have signed, but they don't have. So that's, you know, it's an entire starting lineup that you're missing on one side of the field anyway. But the guys they do have are among the best in the nation at just about every position. They got, you know how David Shaw loves to win the line of scrimmage. Well, he went out and got 2, I believe, of the 5 best offensive tackles in the entire country in Foster Sarrell and Walker Little. He then went out and got the best pro-style quarterback in the entire country in Davis Mills, the best tight end in the country. You know how Stanford loves their tight ends. Colby Parkinson, he's coming on over. I think my personal favorite player in this class, 4-star wide receiver Osiris St. Brown, who, A, that's a great name, and B, his brother is, I'm sure as you probably know, Equanimous St. Brown, the wide receiver from Notre Dame. They're brothers, so the St. Brown brothers are going to get to spend Thanksgiving together next season in Palo Alto, which would be cool. But he signed on to Stanford. He's a 4-star wide receiver, wildly talented. You've got Sione Hamuli Lund, I believe is how you pronounce his name. 4-star running back. Stanford probably knows a thing or two about successful running backs. Well, he's coming on over. Got a 4-star defensive end, 4-star cornerbacks, just 4 and 3-star, 3 5-stars, a bunch of 4-stars, just talent and stars all over the place. And here's what I'll say about David Shaw. We spend this much time talking about recruiting because there is a pretty clear connection between recruiting success and on-field success. One of the many, one of the few, I should say, departures from that is Stanford. Stanford, as you pointed out, 3 straight, all the Pac-12 titles, frequently does not have the best recruiting class in the Pac-12, yet consistently competes and wins the Pac-12. That is a huge testament to Stanford's ability, their coaching staff, to develop players, get the most out of them, find talents that maybe other people overlooked. And so they've done well without the best, without Alabama, say, level talent. But now these 14 guys, possibly their best class ever. It's going to be very exciting to take this natural raw talent and put it through a proven system that's great at developing guys. I cannot wait to see some of these guys get on the field. I can't wait to see the running game with Foster Sarrell and Walker Little on the field. It's going to be great to watch. But, it's once they get on campus, they'll throw out all the stars because they don't matter. It's just, whether or not you produce. And so it's exciting right now. It's very exciting. But now that also raises the expectations. Stanford's got to go in with these guys.
Nick, 7 of these 14 players are ranked in the top 10 at their position. And that will rank right up there with some of the best in the nation. If you look at just so the rankings are basically quality, but it's also quantity mixed in. So if they had a class of 25, who knows where they would be ranked in the national rankings, because right now 24/7 Sports has them at number 13. They're roughly in that vicinity regardless of service. But yes, the St. Brown family, obviously brainstorming more so than even your typical American family when it comes to name selection at birth. So they have gone just an eloquent route in naming their children. And the Stanford Notre Dame game adds a little cachet just in regards to having some fun.
It's always good though. It's not, Notre Dame's a great school, but it's not Stanford, and it's always interesting when you've got a sibling rivalry and then you stack on top of it a college rivalry. So that'll be interesting, but there won't be a whole lot of overlap because I believe Notre Dame St. Brown is a junior, so it might be only a year or two of overlap in which they actually play against each other. But and they're both wide receivers. It would have been better if one of them was a cornerback, but that should be interesting. It's just another one of those interesting little storylines that make college football so great. But I think if you're a Stanford fan right now, you have to be just ecstatic at all these great players. Again, you worry that a rash of injuries or something could really start to cause problems, because even the best player in the world isn't very helpful if he's if his leg's in a cast. But right now, there's nothing but potential, and the sky's the limit for this group of kids right now.
All right. So while drama persists across the country, not such the issue at Palo Alto, where Stanford has wrapped up a class of 14 quality football players for 2017. Nick Dempsey from Conquest Chronicles, also from Rule of Tree, more importantly, joining us to wrap up the Stanford class. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Mark. Anytime.